Yo, what's up? This is The Edge, and this is another episode of Create a Life Podcast, which we focus on the 5 pillars: mindset, self-mastery, financial freedom, community networking, and my all-time favorite is lifestyle leisure. You know, I like to get to what we're trying to get to, our ultimate goal. And today, we're fortunate enough to have one of my boys, one of my teammates. You're my double teammate.
My God.
My teammate, you know, we started at the U, and then we both got them gold jackets on.
Yes,
This big gold jacket business today
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
We got my man Ed Reed, the all-time everything.
Yes, sir.
One of the greatest safeties to ever play the game. And man, I appreciate you coming on the Creative Life Podcast to drop some jewels,
Yes, sir.
give some knowledge,
Yeah.
kick down the game. You know, we always stay in a positive mindset, man. We're not here to get clicks or get to where we showing people up. You know, we're trying to inspire, motivate, uplift people.
Always.
And, you know, for years you've been doing that. And you got that Ed Reed Foundation. I remember we used to go to Louisiana.
Yeah.
You came from Louisiana, and you had the whole crew come.
Yeah.
We used to do this little football camp
Yeah.
with the kids. So you're about giving back. And when you get in a position like this, you know, how important is it for you to give back?
Man, shit, bro, this goes so far back with us. And first of all, thanks for having me. All right, because you know I know what you've created from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I know where you're going, in the sense of growth. So keep it going, bro.
Appreciate it.
The foundation's still going, man. 22 years later.
22
24?
years.
22 years later, bro. We still got the football camp. We don't do all the other stuff. You know, I take people out to eat, bring my family.
No celebrity basketball.
No,
game.
man. You know, we retired. I'm retired. You might still play.
Nah.
You probably still play.
I shut it down also, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm retired, man. So still running the foundation. Honestly, that's my job now. You know what I'm saying? Like everything else I do is kind of fun, hobby, passive income, sort of say. You know, so but the foundation is where my heart's at.
All right.
You know, it's about community, like you said. One of the pillars of the podcast and your lifestyle, should I say. Yeah, man, that foundation, you know, 22 years later, the things that we've seen, the kids that come up to you randomly, you know, that's truly what it was about. You know, like you never know who you affect.
Right.
And we say that to each other. You hear that, and I get people who come up to me, man, I saw EJ and they say stuff, you know. You just never know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I'm damn sure here to give you flowers. You know,
I
because
appreciate that. But
you know we're gonna get to that. Yeah, we're gonna get to that for sure, man.
I think we give each other flowers, man. Like,
yeah.
And when you say 22 years, that's a long time because a lot of times people start things, but they don't maintain them or keep them going.
Yeah.
And
your last pillar.
You had the ability to like make a true commitment to doing that. And when I go back to Ed Reed, we was at the University of Miami, we played together. You know, we did some good things.
Feel like we're under the tree right now, bro.
Right up under the tree at the University of Miami.
Don't know nothing about it. They probably cut him down.
I don't know if the new guys get to hang up under the tree, but the tree was the meeting spot to all University of Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
If you go back to any player, any decade, they'll tell you about this tree, but that's where everybody met at.
I think that was one of the best things, like when I first got to school, man, y'all boys are already established. You was already there. One of the leaders, one of the guys to look up to.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot of guys on the team that were older, but not leaders at the time. You know, I got a lot of respect for a lot of men nowadays, but at the time, we were still growing up. You were ahead of the game. You were a visionary. You were creating the life you wanted. You already had the vision.
Purpose driven.
You were already there, bro. Like, it was crazy to see how far ahead of people you were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then once I got to know you, went to Marguerite for your draft. That was my
Yeah, that
first
was
time
cool.
there. Oh man.
That was
Like,
cool.
but I already knew like we was already a brotherhood. I was
Right.
already one of those guys kind of following your footsteps. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? On how to do things, how to move. And yeah, man, it's brought us here.
You
It,
guys
it
here.
took me to Canton, took you to Canton.
My
You
man
know,
Ed Reed, number
yeah,
325.
yeah, 336 over there,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, it's love, bro, for real.
And when
Like,
you hear those numbers, it's like we salute each other by numbers within that Hall of Fame fraternity. A lot of people won't get a chance
everybody
to
don't got that
experience.
communication.
Yeah, they won't get a chance to experience it, but any young player that has the potential and the ambition,
Yeah,
man, seek it,
yeah,
chase it, go out and do whatever it takes because it's an experience that nobody else will really get to experience,
true,
that Hall of Fame. But
truly.
let's go back to Ed Reed coming to the University of Miami. I think I was 1 year ahead of
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I was 1 year ahead of you, but we got this two-star. It was a two-star
Yeah.
player coming to the University of Miami.
Yeah.
And the thing about the ratings, I never ever looked at the ratings. I always looked at the person, and I looked at the purpose. And from the first time I encountered Ed Reed, I saw the purpose, and then I started saying, okay, this dude right here, he got something to play for.
Word.
you know.
Wow.
And when you go through things, you see a lot of these guys. I think a lot of people they're hung up on these ratings. And you're one of the guys. You got the Tom Brady that was a 6th-round draft pick that became one of the greatest all time. And then you got your name will come up all the time when it says two-star,
Yeah.
guy that comes and become a Hall of Famer. What do you think that stems from? Why, like, you're a Hall of Famer. Like, nobody saw it. Nobody could envision you being a Pro Football Hall of Famer at that time.
No,
Like,
I would actually disagree, and when I said I know you will too. I had mentors before I got to Miami. Miss Hall, John Hall, and Mr. Parquette. But besides them, the people was Chuck and CJ.
right.
Butch Davis believed in me. Butch came and sat in the house.
So he
Crossed
saw
his
it.
leg, showed that ring, put that fucking championship ring right there, and he pointed it out, and it's crazy, like, it was so real, man. CJ, like, man, it's almost like living in these situations you in.
Right.
It ain't what you think it is, but it's Miami, so we got a scholarship for you if you want it. And that was CJ. They were gonna take it if you asked CJ. They wasn't gonna give me the scholarship.
Right.
I had to get the grades. I didn't have the grades at the time.
I'm still confused as to how Ed Reed become a two-star. You was good in basketball. You was good in football.
Yeah.
Like, how they make Ed
That's
Reed
part of it.
a
So
two-star.
not having the grades, part of it. You know what I'm saying? I had missed some classes. Ain't no telling how far they researched, but even if they didn't, I wasn't heavily recruited. The state wasn't heavily. They didn't
Louisiana.
Louisiana wasn't recruited big.
You
My
had
school for
chance,
sure.
You had a chance to go to LSU and all those schools? Or?
Yeah. The LSU recruited me. Tulane recruited me. Those are the two biggest schools in Louisiana for me at the time. Tennessee, Baylor came at the end. Texas A&M, Penn State kind of showed letters and
That's a big. Them some big schools.
but
for
they
a
ain't
two-star.
really. They just sent them letters. You know, you get the letters.
Oh, so he was in the system.
You see what I'm saying? You get the
Yeah.
letters. Only teams that really reached out was so many. A lot of them came after Miami got my highlight tape, and the highlight tape got out.
Okay.
I made my own highlight tape, and then people came. CJ
So
had it.
you was proactive and you went on and made your own.
I made my own highlight tape. Sat there, VHSs, one play at a time, and it's crazy. If you look at my highlight tape, bro, like, I didn't put just quarterback. Like, I put shit on there from special teams.
Oh, you showed everything.
Yeah, you had to, extra effort, you know what I'm saying? Like, I showed a play of us missing the tackle, at the 5-yard line, but running it down at the 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just
So you was
showing that
proactive.
effort. You have
You was
to be.
proactive, and like a lot of time I see the youth, I think they're not as proactive as
It's
they
different
should
now.
be. It's different now, but these are the
Somewhat.
things that you have to do, especially, for anybody that's out there that's trying to get looked at or trying to get noticed.
Yeah.
You're talking to somebody that's a Pro Football Hall of Famer that is telling you what he did to get noticed. He was a 2-star, and now he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But, he didn't have the luxury of having financial advisor. No, not financial advisor. I would say a guidance counselor or anybody within that school system.
But even
that
the
will actually-
finances, you can come back to that though.
But
right?
I'm saying, like, right then, the finances
But
don't matter.
The thought process of it though, it
Yeah.
does in the sense of, just decision making. You're in the street, bro. You're
Yeah.
around. Now you got to choose your company.
Right.
Because that's what happened when I got to Miami. I had to choose my company. You had to choose who you're going to follow.
Yeah.
And that continues even to this day as we sit here, right? There's a reason why the circle is what your circle is.
Right.
That never changed. That's part of it. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, golly, man. Those days, boy, you had to be proactive. We were those kids. We didn't have a lot. I wasn't going to get no scholarship if it wasn't through sports.
I look at that as a me betting on me type of situation.
All you want is the opportunity, though.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. I ain't give a shit about the star. You put the football on the moon. I was making them same plays that I made in Miami in high school.
Right.
The same plays I made in high school, I made at the rec center. Them same plays at the rec center, I made on the street.
Right.
That's how long we've been doing it. Cause we used to play football like that.
Yeah.
They ain't doing that like that. You ain't riding down the street and you see a bunch of kids on the side getting out the way. No, I don't see it.
Now it's
They're in the park now.
It's a different era, right? now.
They got more access to stuff. They want our kids to be more directed to one sport, which I don't like as a player, as a dad, as a coach. I don't like that.
Right.
That you have your kid in this one sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. When I got to Miami, it was all about competition. First off, we all
Always.
competed. We pushed each
everything.
other. We pushed each other to the limits and everything. I don't even care if we were shooting dice, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Like we making sure you trying to be at your best.
Right.
From a mindset, because it's bigger than the money, it's bigger than these fucking clothes and all the shit we had at the time. We trying to get people to level up.
Yeah.
Cats were making bad decisions in high school. College. You know what I'm saying? So we know it. Police showing all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's all that to say, all that plays a factor, to the men we become, man, and decisions we made. For me at the time, all I wanted is the opportunity. I didn't give a shit about a 2-star. I could play football.
Right.
I can play football.
Well, I think a lot of times people don't even realize who they are because they let a lot of other people or outsiders determine who they are. If they say, hey, I'm a 2-star, I'm a 3-star, I'm a 5-star. And I've seen so many 5-stars get shown up.
Come on now.
And they don't have that it factor or that toughness. And you see that dog come out of that person that says, man, like I've been misjudged, I've been misguided.
Come on now.
And that's what I see with Ed Reed. When Ed Reed came to the University of Miami, from the beginning, you started making plays. But it all started in practice.
Word.
And
Talk about that toilet bowl, because you was there. I was like Michael Jordan. I had the flu and everything. Nigga, I'm playing in this bitch. It's like
gotta
bowl
play.
game. Like, you gotta go out there. Boy, y'all boys, sure, I swear, bro, this made me love it even more. I already loved it from my recruiting trip, but that toilet bowl, man, y'all boys was out that bitch like it was a championship watching.
Yeah.
You hear me? The boys out there like they watching us play a championship game. What? Boy, lit Najee ass up. I'm sorry.
Najee, don't take offense
I
to
love
it,
you,
man.
NJ. You know your boy.
But that
nah,
was the competitive nature.
Yeah.
When you competing, like the thing I like about when we was at school is the fact that every practice was like a game.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
you don't handle your business, when you get in that locker room,
Come on now.
you
Yeah,
got to
bro,
hear
that
everybody
was
getting
another
on you.
thing. Now you
You got everybody getting on you. Got everybody just kind of letting you know, like, hey,
Yeah.
look, you
There's a
ain't that
standard.
deal. There's a standard.
There's a
And
standard.
I hope the University of Miami get back to that mindset because
Yeah.
right now it's a different era. Things are different.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I was there. I was
you was
chief
there.
of, yeah, you know, I was chief of staff 3 years.
So when you go back to, speaking of you being there, when you go back to your days from a player to winning the Super Bowl, doing all the things you did in the pros, to now you're dealing with the young college athletes.
Yeah.
And they're getting the NIL. Was the NIL in effect when you was there?
Yeah, it just started. Yep, it just began.
It's like, so what do you see the difference in players then versus now when the NIL is in effect?
Man, it's so funny you asked that and I sit here with you. I never thought about this until now. When I first got to Miami, all you heard was I'm going to the league, I'm going to get this money with no plan. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of cats. We had the biggest of the biggest ones in there. That's all I heard. So you were there reading books.
Always.
You know what I'm saying?
We gotta get the edge.
And dropping gems.
Yeah.
You know? And dropping gems, but I see the same mentality being created. It's just been thrown at them now.
All right.
They chasing the bag. They chasing money with no knowledge. So that's the whole thing about, I could just talk about our culture, our people.
Right.
We have no financial pillar. There's no financial guidance.
We talk about financial freedom on this podcast, and this podcast is built to help uplift and actually give insight because a lot of people don't get a chance to sit in these seats.
Exactly.
I think it's our duty to actually give insight to people as to ways they could better themselves. Because at the end of the day, opportunities come and they're gone, but when you look at the reason they're gone, because they don't have guidance, they have no influence, and a lot of times we're the first generation.
Yeah,
that's getting some money. You were the first.
I was.
Yeah.
I was, bro. But that's what it is. Like, we had common sense. We had to grow up a little faster.
Right.
And you had to have the right people around you. You had to make decisions. You got to make decisions. Consequences.
But
decisions.
you know, like nowadays, I look at these young kids, and I see, like, they're making decisions, and their handlers are actually letting them make bad decisions because
their
of their
handlers
position.
our age. Their handlers are young,
but
maybe younger than us.
But I'm saying the position is, if I don't do what he says, I'm gonna lose my job or my position. So they're in a spot to where
what's the factor of that they focus on? The money.
Right, but I'm saying, if you have a handler that needs the money, and he's gonna tell these kids exactly what they want to hear versus using his experience and all his life lessons to actually guide him and say, look, man, you're doing things the wrong way.
I think these organizations, colleges, owe to these kids to do due diligence to make sure that they're taking care of them finances.
But legally, you can't do that.
They should have, if it's legally that way, they shouldn't be able to get the money. Like I said from the jump, when it happened, they should get a little bit of stipend, because that's all you really need. We've been to college, you don't really need that much. I had pot and piss in. I was eating 29-cent, 39-cent hamburgers and cheeseburgers, bro.
I look at everything.
It just depends on your lifestyle at the time.
But I look at it different. Like, if it was me personally, what I would do is I would restrict how much they get in their actual hands. But if this kid deserves this amount, I will put it in a fund or something for future use.
Yeah, because you might get hurt.
But you still get the same amount of money because the colleges are getting so much money. The University of Miami or universities in general are putting in so much money.
I get it.
To where the kids deserve some money. but
I get
they're
it.
too young
Well,
to
where's
manage
my
it.
reparations, goddamn it? Because we won a national championship, and y'all took it and built the whole school. Now I don't need nothing. I'm good. Just stop sending me the letters asking me for money. But nah,
Stop asking for money.
it's
But
all
that's how it
good,
keeps
man.
going.
But you
But
see what I'm saying? Like
nah,
that.
but I really think that the schools need to, you know, restrict how much money they get, and on the front end, but on the back end, they gotta give them what they deserve.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think so, bro. But for me, cause you saying kids, everybody, right? It's college, man. You're trying to win a championship, so I think it should be allocated to everybody.
Right.
Because now that shit's NIL in high school.
It's gonna come
What are
down
we
to
doing?
part one in a little while.
But the top ultimately is a distraction to that's what I'm saying. It's a distraction to the masses. And I'm a football player, I'm an athlete. I got kids who play sports still. But if you don't know, you don't know. It's a fucking distraction.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what it is. From
It's
a money perspective.
It's a good distraction if it's done right.
It's a good distraction if you're going at it the way we did.
Right.
If you're a kid or a dad or a parent lying to your kid and just paying that money and wasting your time and hoping for, you know, he ain't got that dog for you. That's why them skits so funny with the coaches on IG. Yeah. Come on now, your kid, come on.
No,
I
see now.
Like I see it all the time.
Hey, now I see somebody sent me a post about the coaches starting to complain about the kids getting the money, and they're the ones that's putting them in position, and they don't get a chance to make money.
Oh wow! So man, that's tough because not a lot of coaches are doing that. And
Yeah.
then you got how you gauge that. You ain't that person. You ain't in their shoes. Right. You know, you're obligated to coach. You know, that's tough. Cause when I was so take me at BCU, right? And I'm gonna get this game.
Bethune-Cookman University.
Yeah,
Ed Reed
BCU.
was the coach at
no.
Bethune-Cookman.
No, I was not
interim coach. What you call it?
I was to be intern. I was to be the coach.
I was
never the coach. I never signed the contract. I never got fired like everybody said.
So why you take on the position as a coach?
You know what I'm saying? Because I felt there was time, man, but obviously it wasn't. You know, God had other plans for me, bro. So much other things transpired after that. You know what I'm saying? That shook up the world. You know, I mean, the kids protested over there, man.
Right.
You know.
I came by there, man. I was looking forward to it, man. You know, when you get a chance to see not only a teammate, double teammate, two teammates.
I mean, that's the last time we really got on camera. It's crazy, but the camera was a problem. Right, what we did in the cafeteria with the kids, you think, bro, all we did was drove over there.
It was positive.
But bro, everything was positive. Yeah. Only thing these folk, and I'm gonna say some people names and everything, but I ain't taking no shots. Only thing they said was bad, cause you posted it.
Yeah.
I just collabed. You my guy. And I know we wasn't doing nothing wrong.
But we coming with good intentions.
The music, right? I'm like, come on now. For one,
I gotta go back and look at that.
Bro,
I gotta see what music was it.
For one, that's the culture of college. We already know.
I'm like really taken back because an HBCU tripping on the music when the culture
that was said on live television
by the music. I don't see where that's
that was said on live television. That president, that not no more. He had another university gonna ramshack that one. But anyway, so I mean, that's what happens. Even with coaches, I watch it, bro. It ain't no lie. I'm not here to lie. You already know me, bro. They recycle bad coaching. They just put them somewhere else. They recycling bad administrations in HBCUs and put them somewhere else, and they still doing the same stuff. So I won't get too far away from what we was talking about, though, right? I was at BCU and I understood it's a farm. Everything from high school up is a farm, bro. We're in a farm. We've been in a farm. You know what I'm saying? So
you can't have with good intentions.
And that's a recruiting tool. You got to know you're going to lose kids. Coach, every coach, you're going to lose kids. You're gonna lose kids. They're gonna transfer. They ain't gonna play. That's part of it. It can't affect you developing those kids and cheating those kids. I told those kids, if somebody comes to get you from Power Five, man, go. I want you to go.
So
I've been through this shit.
As a coach, you sat up there and told them what's best for them,
Yeah, of course,
even though it affect your program.
bro. It's gonna affect it, but I'm building. And I told you when we was there.
That says a lot about you as a coach, because you know a lot of times you have a lot of selfish people that is trying to position themselves to move up the ladder. But if you see something that's better, because you know my son goes to a HBCU,
Yeah, Howard, running back.
and you know, like it's different, but you have to go into it with the mindset and understanding the purpose.
All right.
Because if you don't stand on purpose and you don't stand on the reason why you're here,
Yeah.
you're gonna find all the negatives.
Come on.
But we're committed to being an example, being
Right.
in a situation where we can make things better,
Right.
but also not shortchange ourselves.
Yeah, man. And that was my biggest thing, bro. Like, I love our people, bro. You know me, like I don't man, look, man.
Nah, you
Whatever.
Like Malcolm
And I'ma
X,
go to work. I'ma go to
Malcolm
war.
X, Martin, everybody.
I'm gonna go to war for
everybody.
the little man. Like, ain't nobody gonna run around. We ain't just letting nobody run over the little man around there. We don't do that. We speak to everybody, treat everybody with respect. You know, so I'm just like, come on, we need pride around here, man. Like, start with simple shit. Pick up trash. Get these young
you went
people.
through a thing like Joe Clark.
Bro, I mean, honestly, in all honest to God, bro, I'm a dad first, right?
Yeah.
I'm a parent. I became a parent around that time again. I became another dad, right? Another kid. I'm not about, bro, you sent your kid to HBCU, bro. Like, I'm like, if I'm at BCU, your kid come there, bro, in them situations, like, come on, man. Nah. Like, I'm fighting for this. Like, we gonna change this shit.
All right.
That's all it was, the conversation to them. Just gonna change it, man. Like, we're gonna help build this up.
So what
I had no plan to leave. I told you that.
what you think, like what you think really happened at BCU? Because you got, like, I still can't wrap my head around this entire situation, because it's so much positive in the big picture, to where, you know, we have, you know, I attend the Florida Classic every year, BCU, FAMU, every year. It's a big deal for the state of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see an Ed Reed, not even from the state of Florida, commit to coming to BCU, and when I started seeing the backing you had, you know, you had, I remember when you had Shaq call and say, hey, whatever you need, I'm gonna make sure that I'm here to support you. And then you had other wealthy people
Already doing stuff.
that's willing to support you. Like,
They was already doing it.
Like, where's the disconnect? You know, I don't know if that's a cultural thing, or like I'm still confused, because I can't say
People know the real, but me, all I can answer for is for me, right? And what I've known, what I've seen, and what I've been through. First off, me, I didn't help the situation. I didn't help it by my reaction to
your reaction was a natural
picking.
reaction.
It was, but and it whatever. It's social media days, whatever. We ain't grew up in that shit.
Right.
People screen, you know, whatever. They screen recorded. And that's what it was. It wasn't like I posted shit, but I did say it. Like I meant that. Like, it's the truth. Like, I got the tape. That's why I said it was like,
I said it was a natural reaction. It was real.
Yeah.
But I'm still like, I look beyond that. I look beyond,
because you
all
know
that.
yeah.
Because
you
I'm
could do
looking
that,
at,
but they didn't.
but that's why I'm still not understanding, where you have so much support, and you have all these people that's willing to get behind this person, because you know, life is about relationships.
You know.
I don't care your status, I don't care anything. It's about relationships. And when you got a relationship with certain people, and when you have some of the biggest people willing to step up because of a person, you're like, why can't we find that happy medium to make it work?
Yeah, bro. If I had that answer, man, the true part about it, what I know, is all I could tell. You know, I felt like they knew they wasn't gonna get any part of the funds coming in. Shit, I wasn't getting it.
When you say they, you talking about the school as a whole?
Got to be, bro. Like, so what I couldn't understand, right? I first get to the university, right? And they said so much stuff. They say they didn't know I was coming for one. I had my name on the parking space. They gave me the keys to this place. So how you didn't know I was coming, right?
So miscommunication
Miscommunication
within the organization.
It was already, bro. They had an agenda there. They had moles of people who were around me going back and reporting to the uppers. They had moles there, bro. The dude Fagan, who's whatever, he operational guy, who didn't like giving me the runaround on recruiting. They saying I'm spending too much money in recruiting. Bro, my standard is my standard. Like, I'm telling y'all this money gonna come back because I know what's been told to me.
All right.
I know what people have told me. I know me myself what I'ma do because I did it when I played. I'ma invest in me. My whole check was already taken. I wasn't taking a dime, bro. I had money allocated from my salary to the other coaches. I know I needed.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? So there was so many, bro, I could go through everything, the plan that we had, you know. Even you and I talked about some business stuff
Right, within the
that
school.
you were going to go and try to,
I was actually going to purchase a building on the campus because you were there.
Right by the Jamaican spot. I know that food.
I was
Oh my God.
No, I was actually looking forward to, supporting the situation because when you see
The
your brother
community.
doing something,
Because the community needs to be built up.
It's much
Say
needed.
it for what it is, bro. It's the truth.
Much needed.
The people thought I was attacking them. I'm attacking the situation. Don't take shit personal. It's not personal.
Do you think your approach was wrong?
My approach is too much, bro.
Yeah.
I'm the same. They just ain't play football. And I'm in this natural world now, and I'm like, now I'm dealing with this shit because I look in the mirror after that. I look in the mirror after all the shit I do.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, and different. I looked in the mirror like, damn, man. Like
But
social media.
But this thing is like, take
And I still be like,
out the fact that like you my boy, you my teammate, my 2 times teammate. And when I look at it, if I look deep into the situation, I'm saying this man mean good. Like, why wasn't there nobody that sides with this? I think majority, besides the kids, kids saw it.
The kids did.
And it's crazy that the kids see things that the adults actually can't even understand, or is there something else behind it? That's where that's where I'm kind of confused, It's like, because man, I want to, that you always want to see, like, especially HBCUs.
Let me ask you this. Because this was something as a coach I couldn't understand. As a player, I know what I got. I went to the University of Miami. I can't afford nothing. I'm from low income situation like my kids at Booker T with my foundation that we're building this house. We go to Miami and I put in for a Pell Grant. That Pell Grant came back. I got my money.
All right.
You go to BCU, you put in for a Pell Grant. You ain't getting that money.
Where the money going?
To your scholarship, apparently. Since where they do that at?
But are these things right here made clear when you sign up for it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know it until I'm sitting there listening to a coach talk, right? And I'm like, okay, damn, okay. So there's some stuff going on that I'm not understanding, right? So my operational people as a coach, who I'm bringing in, don't look like me. They coaches, they financial people. So they asking you questions that we need. Honestly, it's funny. I did have a Joe Clark situation. You know how you ask for the grades?
Yeah.
He asked for the grades, and I asked for the grades. Like, give me the grades of the football team so I can get going, and figure out who's eligible, what they need to do, all this, whatever. That shit ain't come back till like the second to last day. I'm in there.
Hey, it's on CP time, man.
But I get it. Like, but that's so, like, bro, what I was not I was not one ever discouraged about the situation. I grew up amongst it.
Right.
But you get an AD slash basketball coach, whatever, get on TV and tell y'all, and they listen to it. That's the crazy. Like, we listen to it. We conditioned out here. Our folk conditioned, bro. We know it. Certain people
Well,
capacity
it's
of
about the
thinking only can go so
presentation.
far.
Maybe their presentation.
Man, this guy, like, I'm from where y'all from. This dude, light-skinned Creole, like, pretty eyes, and like, he from where we from. And I ain't saying Creole because I got Creole in my family.
Right.
But not him. Not that dude as an AD. Man, look, bro. He's part of it. I think they got a couple kids transferring away from that, whatever. They know, bro. I'm not here to throw nothing at the school. It ain't had nothing to do with the people or the alumni that went there. Cause they know they had a town hall meeting with
But that's where
our
it's
guy, my
confusing.
bro.
At. Like, it's like they know, but do we like to stay culturally? Do we like to stay in these positions, or we try?
To some degree, we like our surroundings. We comfortable with it because when we get away from it, look, bro, I'm gonna take my mom. Mama, I love you. You know I love you, mama. But mom is comfortable in Louisiana. And mom moved to Georgia. Mom like, no, like, nah, I'm a people. Like her friends is a disconnect.
So it's a
And
comfort
so I
level.
get it.
Yeah.
It's comfort.
And you
Some
think
of
that-
our people won't leave the neighborhood. Some of your folks, excuse me. Some of your folk never left Immokalee, bro.
100%.
Some folk never went that far. Some folk just went down to Miami. They never left the state.
Yeah.
Some people never leave the country.
So do you think that's the problem with the HBCU situation? Because like there's a comfort level.
We
and-
love our shit too much to where we overlook shit.
I can agree with that.
And all I said, so for me to see the situation, I stepped back. And I told people in the HBCU world, I'm like, bro, look, why? So so we just talk HBCUs. What are the things that stick out to you when you say HBCU?
Financials.
Okay, but no, not okay, financial, but what's good?
What's good? What's
yeah.
good is like HBCUs have the best, like they are like this. It's the
Right.
best vibe, the best time.
Because
You
that's
see
our
everybody
people. We
pulling,
do.
like,
We have that.
You know, culturally we stick together. We gonna pull.
It's
especially-
leadership.
Yeah,
It's our
yeah.
leadership. So I want to dive into history about our HBCUs. And some of them, most of them, started with the leadership of other folk.
Yeah.
So the mentality is not us. Shit, half the man, bro, majority of the mentality out here in the world is not our mentality. We're following. That's the problem. That's the problem.
So there's like a confusion.
It's major confusion out here, right? And people don't understand or understand, right? And even I'm still searching, but I know that my situation that I grew up in Metairie, Shrewsbury, Louisiana, 5 minutes out of New Orleans, 2 minutes from Holly Grove, one of the worst situations, then moved to St. Rose where it gets actually worse in these small towns because people come from every little part. And I just found that shit out like a week ago. My brother was in town. He's like, bro, our neighborhood is not the folk we think it is. It was folk from here, there. It was not St. Rose, bro. These folk, bro, they was doing so much fighting. They 5-10 minutes away from each other, the cities. Fighting, killing, and they don't move, go nowhere. So capacity of thinking, bro, for our folk only go so far.
Right.
You know, and then our leadership, you got people who in leadership roles, bro, who just despise us like as people. They
So you
don't
saying
have
the
us at
leadership
best
look-
interest.
You saying the leadership looking down?
Yeah. I'm talking
On us.
leadership. When we talking our HBCUs, it can't be. Or they just financially dumb. So get a company to come in there, and run your business, run your papers. Cause you can do that. You can pay somebody to run your paperwork, right?
Yeah.
But they ain't gonna show their books. Nobody don't want to show their books. Excuse my language. Nobody want to show their books. They ain't gonna show their books. Bro, when I was in that situation, I'm like, if I'm FBI, whoever busts people, like, this is the easy shit to do.
Right.
But even in that, I'm like, man, I don't care, bro. Like, y'all take y'all money, bro. Just leave us alone. That's all I told them. Just leave football alone. I got you. And I got the school, believe it or not.
No, you had a nice support system.
That's all I told them. Just leave, bro. I promise you. Just, if
But
they smart.
if you could do it all over again, what would you do different?
I wouldn't go live.
You wouldn't go live.
And I would hope that I would stop talking to the moles, bro, like, for real. Because I knew they were there. I knew they were, but I couldn't fire nobody. I wasn't hired. So I can't fire.
So
I got to use the rats.
Take on a position? Why
I
even take on?
had to use them.
But why even take on a position when you're not in that position?
Because I'm about to show y'all what to do for our folk. I'm about to show you what to do. Real shit. Yeah, we was going to win a national championship eventually. Them kids was going to believe in us. Yeah. And I had you to support. I already knew it.
Now you're going to have a lot of support.
I already knew I had, bro. I had teammates calling. Porter's even called to work there, bro.
Everybody calling to support. But I'm just saying, like, to get to that position, you know, it's going to take, you know, sometimes it's like when you see like the true football player, and then I think sometimes we're in the mix. Sometimes we get confused when we get in the mix of outside of just playing ball. You got to play the politics. You got to play all these different roles that we're just here for ball. We're here for what we're here for.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the disconnect.
I had, honestly, bro, I ain't had no problems with that side. I knew that was going to be a good bit of work. But how can I put this? You can't pay me pennies and ask me to do, you're paying me low budget shit and ask me to do Power 5 work.
Right.
Nah, you got to negotiate with me, bro. These people try to take my whole name and brand. I got the contract in my phone. Nobody ever talk about that stuff. Right. Nobody ever talk about, bro, these people try to take ownership of me. I'm a brand, bro. I'm bigger than y'all. Get out of here.
But you came into their situation. You came into their world.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, but that's negotiating. Like, we negotiating to get things in order. You know what I'm saying? What that side was gonna be easy, bro. The hardest thing I thought, honestly, was dealing with the kids. Right. Dealing with those players, knowing them and doing, bro, them kids bought into me immediately. Nah, I had them kids walking around with chessboards. Only other person I don't play chess like that is you.
Man, when I saw
shit.
When I saw you going to Bethune-Cookman, I said, man, these people don't understand what they're getting, because you have the mindset of a 2-star football player, and you know what to look for. I said, Reed gonna find those diamonds in the rough.
I just wanted that opportunity to show what our folk really could do, and they saw it. They saw the power in it because those kids came together. The school came together.
Wow, that was pretty impressive. Like, you saw those kids. Like, how did it make you feel when you saw those kids protesting?
Boy, I was smoking a cigar, getting my car washed. It took everything in me not to go over there and get arrested.
You're the real Joe Clark. My man E. Reed.
Well, it brings tears to my eyes just thinking about it. Boy, I was 5 minutes away. The dude who washed my car and the people who were there, I took a picture with that guy. Even went to the Jamaican spot across the street, not the spot we went to. Bro, I was literally around the corner. I could hear it.
You heard the protest.
My nephew went live.
But it had to make you feel good to knowing that you impact these kids.
I know I was right, but I also felt like I failed them. That kicked my ass that year. Oof. Boy, that kicked my ass.
You ain't failed them because you gave them.
But I kept in touch with parents.
Right.
I kept in touch with kids, and to this day still. I sat out that last night after that recruiting trip that Sunday, or that Saturday night, with like about 9 parents, and I listened to these people's story of their kids, them telling me that the kid can't go to this school because they coming here. Bro, I got all this shit on tape. Some people ain't care, bro. They gave him like a $30 voucher, bro. You know us.
Yeah.
Get the ball for them, man. Whatever they want. Out of my own pocket.
Yeah,
Like, whatever.
But you knew you was going into a tough situation.
Yeah, and
so-
I didn't care about the surroundings. It's the mind frame. It's the pillar. It's the mental. I follow you, bro. I followed you, E, to a T. Come on now.
Appreciate it.
You know that. From getting the condos to still having that condo and renting it out. Everybody else sold their shit. E,
We still here, man.
everybody sold their shit. I still own that thing and renting it out.
I ride by it when
Look
I'm
at,
on the
hold
boat.
up. This some real shit. Boy, I just got this text. This some real shit. Watch this. This is my guy, man. 117 a day. What that say right there, E? You can show it to him if you want to.
Yeah. We good. You good.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
it's good moves. Good
But
moves.
I'm just
But it
saying.
goes back to the people you're around, the people that you actually listen to, and then you see the results.
But
And that's
how
the
you-
results of
How
that.
you coaching yourself?
But it's hard. I don't believe in, I can't coach myself. I have mentors and I find mentors and I seek mentors. Like, I never sat up there and just thought that I knew it all.
When I say coaching yourself is mentality, it's your own constructive criticism.
Right.
You have that. Everybody.
You have to have it.
That's all I'm saying.
I just think that, but, man, E-Reed, you have to look at it from, everybody don't have that mindset.
I know, bro.
Everybody don't have that mentality. And so when I come to this overall situation, we talked about the HBCU situation, but we're here for creating life. And when you're
Yeah,
talking
no.
about creating the life, you're talking about people that have stepped outside of the norm,
Word.
that figured it out or thriving to
reach
figure
back.
it out.
And
And then also willing to reach back, because it's not easy. The world is full of followers. They say the world is led by the few.
Well, there's gonna be some frustration there too.
Crowds are made for destruction,
Yeah.
but it's only a few people that really run this thing.
Word.
And for us, we're trying to make sure that we give insight.
Word.
And when I talk to people like yourself, I'm always looking at what makes you different.
Okay.
I have brothers, or I have a brother that I have the same mother and same father from. I have a family that we all came up on the same tutorial, but for some reason we're different,
Word.
and that's what I seek.
Yeah.
I try to figure out, why am I different? Why are you different?
Because your DNA. Because
But I have the same DNA as my brother.
but what your mom was going through and your dad was going through when they had them was totally different feelings and emotions.
But you have the same mother and father. That's
But
why.
what they were feeling
Right.
was different. What they were going through was different at the time.
But
That
but
affects
those
you
are things. But those are things that.
partly.
Those are things that I like to try
And
to
purpose.
figure out. But
And
you have
purpose.
you have some people that they didn't go through these situations, but they hear Air Reed, they hear
Yeah.
Edgerrin James, and they resonate with those
But
people.
they gotta know we energy. They gotta know we spirit.
Right, and then they actually catch on, and it clicks,
And
they turn into a different person.
You got extended family now. You got family that's not blood.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So you can't get so caught up in that blood's thicker, right?
Yeah.
It's not.
No, I agree. I definitely agree with that. I was, at one point you're always searching for why am I different? But then you start realizing that you're different to this bunch, but you're the same as some of these other people. They're just a step up.
Yeah.
And so you try to maintain and try to keep up with those people.
Word. Yeah, man. I'm still on that journey too. It's funny because I've been looking at self and when I looked at self, you look at parents. You have to,
Right.
you know, and then you got situations, circumstances, and environment. That's part of it. Structure. What pissed me off about BCU is because I come from that structure and environment. I don't want that for my kids. So I'm here to change it. That's what you brought me here
So
for.
do you think HBCUs really want to change?
I think people who go there want change. I don't know about the people running it. Because if they did, it'd grow.
The thing I've noticed
A
different,
high school wouldn't surpass you so fast, man.
but the thing I noticed that's different in the HBCUs is I don't think they value sport as much as they should, and that's one thing I've seen that's
They
different.
definitely don't, because they don't understand the value on how much money they was about to get. If they did, they'd have got
Beyond the financial, like sport. When you play sport, it's like it's real
Yeah,
life.
but sport, that's what I'm saying. But the sports part of it builds the school.
No, I'm saying that part right there is a
Why
plus.
do you think Bill Bryant, the racist coach in Alabama at the time, then I ain't taking them ends, right?
Right.
Then he was like, they winning.
No,
Look at Alabama now.
No, I get that part, but I'm just saying when you don't value sport, I think there's more to sport than just the financials.
Yeah, of
I think
course.
it's like you have to think like sport take you to a place
Bro,
that you would
come on
never
now.
go
I feel you on
physically,
that. Let's talk about it.
mentally.
Let's talk about it.
Because that stuff right
Yeah.
there, like you gotta think too. You gotta think about those days on Green Tree.
Yeah.
That stuff push you to a person that you
But
didn't
all
know
that's
was in
changed
you.
culturally from top to bottom. Even in the NFL, it's changed. College, NIL, and high school now. Everything's changed. It's not the same as what we do, and that's what they got to navigate
But
through.
that's one part. But I'm just saying sport in general. Take out the
Mm-hmm.
NIL, take out financials, take out that. I think sport takes you to another person or
It
show you
does,
another
but
side
I
of
said
you.
that because we played multiple sports. That goes back to what we was talking about. We played multiple sports. They're playing one, right? They focusing on that one. They putting all their eggs in that basket for that one. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Some people can do that. Some people got that it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That they gonna do that, right? Other cats, everybody not gonna go get a scholarship to college and play college football. Everybody's not gonna play in the pros. And we
Right.
know it's not about that. You learn so much more. Just like everybody not gonna make the Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you have those relationships that come. You have the shit. We sitting here, been a living testament to it. Like football gonna end.
It's definitely on there.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel what you're saying, and it does build so much. It teaches togetherness. It's gonna show them how to work with people. You know, the ups and downs, the wins and losses in life. Like it's so much that relates to life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the financial side is part of it because for this conversation, because it's partly HBCU, because the finances is deterring the environment, which is making it low poverty. I have my foundation in a low poverty area in West Baltimore, Booker T. Washington. I've been 22 years. We're building a house for educational purposes, food purposes, right? Because we had mold on the food in college.
Shouldn't happen.
Mold, bro, on the food in college. So the finances matter because they're not being managed right. Right?
But that's where it goes back to that comfort zone and that not really accepting, like, this is what we need to do to get on the right page, but we're going to keep the old guard in position. And I think that's something that we got to really look at or focus on.
Man, so that's why I asked you about when you think of HBCUs, what you first think about is what I should have asked you. What you think about? You think about the band, you know what I'm saying? The culture, the band.
I think about a good time. I think about
sorority, fraternities. Those are the biggest things in our HBCUs, not sports.
Right.
It's band, sororities, fraternities. Right?
Then sport.
Yeah. So when I left, I'm like, damn, how can I help this? Like, what? If I was doing this, if I could say some shit, I'm like, I think the band Whoever the head of the band need to be on the committee. They need to be a part of that committee. They need to have a sorority and a fraternity, man and woman from sorority, fraternity, on that committee for the school, man. Why they don't have them part of that? Since the band and all them so big, you need people who really about the school.
Who really affect the
Yeah, like the people who care about it, man. Dude, you know this shit's so gangster to where the committee can't be touched.
Yeah.
They got it where they can vote themselves out of some shit. This shit is crazy. I was like, wow.
So we like really
You're screwed over there.
we're in our own way.
We're screwed.
Yeah.
We can't even vote these people out. What are you talking about? I was like, man, this is crazy. You know people doing wrong and you can't do shit.
So why you decided to go to a HBCU when you could have went to
I could have stayed at Miami. I could have
stayed
stayed
at
in Miami
Miami.
and worked
You coulda went
less
to you coulda
for
went
a
to-
lot more than what I was getting paid, bro.
But you could have went to any other PWI. You Ed Reed. You could have went to the NFL. You started out working.
Because
in the
I'm
NFL.
us first, bro. I'm a nigga first. For lack of better words, I'm black. I'm a brother. I've been through some shit just like every other person.
So you feel
Who
it's
feel
natural-
it?
You feel that's natural obligation.
I didn't feel like it was an
I gotta do
obligation
this.
at all. I didn't feel like it was an obligation. I felt like it was a great opportunity that came up first. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, man, this is my first college. Yeah, man, I would do this.
You talked to Dion before you made that
Dion
decision?
actually gave me the job the day after the AD called me for BCU. Dion called me the next day. The next day, the AD called me. He was on a plane in Miami.
So you had Jackson State and you had BCU, and you got to go through all this. You wasn't even hired. Why you choose BCU?
Bro, BCU called first. And I'm like, I felt like Jackson State had Prime. Prime went through there, built it up. It was in a great place. Why not build up another? Why not build up another? Why not throw the rope to another? Pull another crab out the bucket. I made it to the top. Come on, man. Let's go.
I get
Then
that.
another one would be
Nah,
like, let's go.
It makes sense.
Because I already knew. I'm like, come on, man, it's a no-brainer. No-brainer. Louisiana, Texas, right? Florida, Mississippi, Georgia, all right there. I went to Miami, so I know Florida. I know you, I know Trey, I know Paul, I know Florida is just.
We're going to get you somebody. We're going to get you some players.
We're going to win the national championship. I ain't got to go to a P5. I don't have to leave. I know this shit in my heart. I know this. I know football. I know I can coach. I can talk that talk, whatever they need. I know I'm intense as a motherfucker too. Because this is what it's about. This is our world. It's football. Right. It's football. This football. This shit real life. They just got folk conditioned because they changed the rules from the top. What we made it to.
Right.
That's what affects everything. The top affects everything. The top affects everything. Mine comes from the top. Mine comes from the top. And if my gut say curse that mother, I'm gonna curse his ass out.
There we are. We got my boy
with all due respect.
Reed on Creative Life, man. You know, we talking about this HBCU. We talking about all these different situations. You know, switching gears, you know, we like to talk about the mindset of greatness. And Ed Reed, you know, my former teammate, my two-time teammate.
Yes, sir.
You know, get his
cellmate.
Hey. Inmate, not cellmate. Inmate 325 and inmate 336, Pro Football Hall of Fame. We're in the building, man. That's pretty rare, you know, and that's one of those things that, you know, I look at those numbers and I started thinking, man, there's only 300 and something of us in the world.
That's crazy.
That's played this game.
What is it, a couple billion, 8 billion or so people in the world?
I don't know how many people, but
It's
just
like
think about it. It's 300 and there's only 100 and something living Pro Football Hall of Fame. So that's one of those things that you have to really look at and numerically you have to really put it in perspective.
Yeah.
But this year we got two more.
Yeah, we got two Canes. Oh, yeah.
We got two Canes coming.
Oh, man.
We're going to bring them boys in.
Congrats, fellas. Can't
Congrats.
wait.
Andre Johnson.
Devin Hester.
Yeah. You know, we're going to bring y'all boys in the right way.
Yeah, we got a movement of kings.
Yeah,
we coming.
I think we're number 3 all time or number 4 all time.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we
to be
gotta
a
get
small
that thing.
private school, ain't that bad.
A small private school that they wanted to get rid of.
Yeah,
that
they
they
did.
wanted to shut down. And
Yeah, they did. We the closest thing to HBCU too. That's just me. I'll take that back to convicts and Catholics when I first got there. I was like, oh,
you
wow.
got there. That's what you was hearing about.
Yeah, when I first got there, I was like, damn. And then when I saw it, like, it's us.
It's
like,
us.
It really is us. Like
that chip on the shoulder, man. You know, the world is ran by the few.
We hate it everywhere.
Man, but deep down inside with love.
No, of course.
But you're talking about guys that made it to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I got my man Ed Reed right here. And, beyond the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Ed Reed is a great person. But when you start thinking about the mindset of a person, you're talking about a 2-star that's coming from Louisiana that decided to leave home base because culturally we like to stay where we're comfortable at.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, I'm coming to the University of Miami.
Yeah.
And I want to do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then end up being in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's like, what's the mindset of an Ed Reed that's a 2-star? Let's start with the University of Miami first.
Yeah. For all we were talking about, bro, I wanted better. I wanted better than what I saw. I wanted better, man.
Like who you looked up to, like growing
I looked
up?
up to Mike. I looked up Michael Jordan, man. Sometimes I dream that he was me. I like to show how I dream to be. I dream I grew, I dream I knew like Mike. I like to dream like Mike. Mike wore suits, ties, everything he did, he would stop an interview and make sure he did it, right? That was my guy. Ronnie Lott, Jerry Rice, they were winning at the time, the 80s. You know what I'm saying? My dad, hard-working parents, providing.
Yeah, mom and dad.
Mom and dad, working hard, trying to provide, leveled up. They moved us from one neighborhood to another, so I watched the leveling up, trying to, that little betterment was a seed planted in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think as kids, as parents, you got to set your kids up.
All right.
As parents, you got to set your kids up to build forward, right? Kids supposed to take that and run with it, wherever it's at. Build on it. Not tear it down because you got people coming behind you.
All right.
Like, financial freedom for me is sitting my ass in the backyard smoking a cigar.
Just chilling.
I'm good. I don't need shit. I work for my kids now. I work for my mom, my dad. They retired. I got drafted, I retired them. I'm working for y'all. Actually my second check. I didn't retire in the first one. I didn't make that much. That first one, I was like, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'll buy y'all some shit, but y'all ain't retired yet.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it, man. That second one, it was over. Y'all retired, you done. Tell them to see you later, bye. Yeah, tell them, screw you. Tell them whatever you want to tell them.
Some of these kids out here that
they quit
in those
jobs.
situations.
Bro, it's so funny, right? To the NIL and to what we talking about. Don't quit a job if you don't have a job.
Right.
That was always taught to me. How you gonna leave something and you don't have the money? You got income coming in, you're gonna leave, you ain't gonna have it.
All right.
Make sure you got a job. At the end of the day, just take care of the roof over your head, right? Pay the bills, lights on. That's all man wants, his own castle. You know what I'm saying? But for me, like, from the financial side, bro, I tell people, I even tell it on my live, like, because somebody talk about how much money you got, what you're driving, like, why get caught up in the number? You ain't taking it with you.
Right.
You leaving that shit.
Definitely
I told my boys who talking about all the ideas, we at the table, they got all the ideas. We create, we can do this, we can do that, but move. Move. Take action. Let's go. I got ideas too. I got a book full of them, but I actually got some shit crossed out.
Right. That you actually accomplished.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting at the table because I'm throwing the rope back. I got an investment opportunity right here, but I'm throwing the rope back too. So what's up? What you want to do?
So how important is it for you? Because a lot of people that play ball, we come from these situations where we don't have a lot of people that have achieved certain things. And I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing because it gives us that hunger, it gives us that drive. But then you come back and you're committed to trying to uplift people that may potentially not be ready. So how important is it for you personally to throw throw the rope back, but how long do you stay in that position?
That's tough, man. I can ask you that shit. How you did it? How you did it? You
I
know
was
how you
asking you,
do it.
like,
I know,
I
bro.
mean,
Like
everybody
I
have
struggle with
different
it, but
approaches.
of course, I struggle with that. I struggle with that because I get a text every month from people every month, like clockwork. But it's tough, man. You go with the gut. I can't say you don't go with the gut, but you got to teach people. You got to continue to pour into them, right? I never, bro. How you pour into people? You pour into people trying to tell them, help them get better and be better, and you gonna help them, but they get mad at you.
But how long do you pour into that same person that just don't
I always go back to the movie Temptation.
Eddie Kane?
I
That's
go,
what,
no. With Otis. With Otis.
oh.
With Otis.
Oh, that's Five Heartbeats with
Yeah,
Eddie
yeah,
Kane.
you're right. Otis. When Otis was like, but David Ruffin at the end, when they was doing the tour, David Ruffin was like, we tired or whatever. And Otis was like, I'll be hard on y'all. Y'all know that. David Ruffin said, you should have never stopped. Otis looked back and he was just like, and walked off. That next scene, David Ruffin died. So, how close are them folk to you? And at this point in my life, I'm like starting to feel drag. So, you take inventory, different parts of your life, different stages. Like you look around, you like assessing your situation.
Right.
Take inventory. You got to. And I like a New Year's resolution type of thing. At some point, you gotta assess the situation. It's like when I was in the league, I had an exit plan.
Right.
At some point, I ain't gonna do this shit. At some point, I ain't gonna be able to. I might get hurt. What I'm gonna do? So you plan for the future. Always moving forward, always thinking forward. That's what it gotta be. But when it's people, bro, is when they become drag, when you pulling me back, meaning like I can feel it, bro, like this might be that one blocking me from taking that leap of step to what I need to do. If it's that, it's cut off. Ain't nothing holding me back from that. Not no thing, not nothing. You got to go. You got to have that focus. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you got people around you, like you just be little confirmations that you get that people would miss. I say this shit on my live all the time. Like, it be little signs of confirmation. Like, we've been talking and there's so much shit I've been through that you said, I'd be like, cause you never know what somebody going through.
Right.
And that's the thing, like, if you know them, or you don't know them, it's like, you don't know them, ain't nobody just gonna keep coming to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be somebody you know, right? And if it's somebody you know and it's constant, if it's drag, you gotta distance yourself. Especially when it's family. Like, you love family, I can love you from a distance.
Yeah, but that's the hard part, I think.
It's tough, bro,
Individually,
but
culturally, it's like when you tied to somebody, but
well, how you tied to them though? How? It's
I
not
think
your
you're
responsibility to take care of a grown-ass individual unless they
from the years of the incline.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. The energy in it is bigger. I get that. But man, no, man. You said it at the very beginning of this. I'm gonna tell a story about purpose. I know a man, I know a woman who had a father who was not in their life. They grow up, they meet a mentor. The mentor tells them that, what if God only put your dad here and his purpose was just to have you? That's his only purpose. And look how you turned out. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to purpose. You gotta be in your oneness, know yourself, who you are, and that'll help you navigate while having a good surrounding, a, a good environment around you, and good structure. Because that's what it goes back to, even for the individual, for the community, for the nation, for the world. You gotta have a good environment.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, like the environment kind of, I mean, not kind of, the environment shapes you. You know, if you take a kid that was, you know, adopted by this family and you bring them back to their original setting,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a whole nother world.
It gonna shock the shit out of them.
Yeah, it's gonna shock them.
It shock the shit out
And
of them.
so the environment is important.
But the better the environment, the more come out of it.
Yeah.
You took a lot of us out of our situation. Took you out of Immokalee, took me out of Shrewsbury, took Reg out of fucking Algiers, took Santana out of Carol City, right? B, riding them out of Miami, Delvin, Carol City, Najee, Anderson. Like, we had guys from everywhere. Jersey, Valdo, Texas, Bubba.
Yeah.
Them boys, Rob. Come on now. All of us from that same situation, though. But you put us in a better situation. And I look at the
But how do you
chat.
And that's the thing. Like, I just think that.
And they're successful. Like, they're doing like,
on,
football wasn't it for everybody.
But everybody's not successful because some people held on to the past.
Yeah, now that's a different thing, right? When you don't do what people saw in you and told you,
right?
That's hard to live with. It's tough. But you got to also go back to purpose. That probably wasn't for you.
Right.
You made those choices. It's two roads in life.
Everybody's not made to be.
Nah, bro, it's not fair. Come on, bro.
Hall of Fame.
People see me now, right?
This and top
People see me now, nigga. I eat walnuts and shit, right? Fucking around field. I'm, flexitarian, vegan, whatever you want to call it. You say vegan to some people.
Flexitarian?
I eat all kinds of shit, man. I still eat. I just don't eat pork, chicken crazy. I was eating at HBCU. This is like a funny story. I'm actually a comedian too, bro. You knew that already, though.
I know you're a DJ.
That too. But I tell a lot of jokes. I always did. But I don't eat pork and chicken. When I got the BCU, I started eating chicken again.
So if I look up flexitarian, they're going to show.
No, I'm just flexible, man. I just eat, I still eat meat.
Availability.
I eat me a good steak every now and then, dog. Like, the fuck?
So you just really just like.
We've been put here to enjoy this, man. Like, enjoy life. Like, I ain't about to stress this, man. Certain stuff already stressed me.
So why you
Food is already ridiculous.
So why you put a title on it?
I had to, because the pork situation in the chicken. All right? I know the chicken making crazy. It's in the chicken, dog. What he said, Claude Tyrone.
The chicken what built us, man.
Whatever. That fucking chicken in certain areas is not even meat. Like, you saw what happened in Florida? Mm-mm. They not gonna let fake meat come into Florida.
Oh, I did see something like that.
Yeah, bro. Like, I put it on my stories. Like, any
other good thing or bad? I think I saw your story.
That's a great thing, bro.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Bro, come on, bro. That's a great thing, bro. For one, that affect farmers. You understand? That affect your kids and what they eating, because we already got our kids out eating that bullshit. We got our kids eating that. But I used to work at Burger King, so I already know. Man, forget Burger King, man. But anyway, I used to work there, dude. Like, they know they shit bad.
You talking about a pro football Hall of Famer that used to work at Burger King.
Boy, I worked at Blockbuster across the street.
Blockbuster. You were at UM?
That's my favorite job, across the street.
How you get a job at UM when we wasn't allowed to get jobs during that time?
It was during the summertime, man. You could work during the summer. You could work during the summer.
I didn't know that, man. I thought we wasn't allowed to work.
I only worked to record every movie. Ask Red.
So you got every movie and you went to bootleg?
Yeah. No, I went bootleg. I went selling. We just for us.
Oh, just for you and Red?
Yep.
Hey, we got to get Reggie in the Hall of Fame.
Man, we ain't got to get him. He coming.
He coming.
On his way. Hey, it's all timing. We know that. He's already a Hall of Famer. Think about us Think about us, we was already that shit. That's why we already up for it. And we in it. Right? We was already that.
Yeah.
I mean, fathers, you know what I'm saying? Teammates. That's what make a Hall of Famer. You know that.
It's
Don't
bigger
get
than
this
the
shit about it.
ball.
Come on, bro. It's always been bigger than ball. That's why we sit here.
I like to always talk to, the greats like yourself. Ed Reed, University of Miami, Baltimore Ravens, Super Bowl champion, all that.
325 is good.
325 with the gold jacket. I like to always try to get inside the mindset and give viewers the opportunity to get a little insight on like what makes the great great in your eyes.
That's funny. Cause I gotta close my eyes to do that.
You gotta think deep.
Yeah,
like,
cause it's
like
so,
what made you talking about a 2-star? You
That's
talking
so
about a
much, bro.
2-star? I never believed in the stars anyway.
Yeah, me either.
But
It's tough.
you talking about a 2-star athlete that had the opportunity to put that jacket on
Yeah.
and get in front of the world and state like his feelings, express himself. Like it's only 300 and some people, 300 and something
Well,
people that
like
got a chance to do
70
that.
something, I think, 80.
300 and something people. But like, what makes the great great? Like, what separates Ed Reed from the guys that in your community or in that district that was 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, or even going to the University of Miami? You saw these guys that were all Americans that were, top tier players.
Mm-hmm.
What makes the great great from an Ed Reed perspective?
Man, that's tough. It's so much. You got to think outside the box. You can't do what the norm do what everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? You got to truly think outside the box and believe is number one. Putting that work in, your work ethic is everything. Like you're nothing without your work ethic, understanding like you're your company always through life. Like it's gotta be bigger than just what you're going through. It's almost like it's the easiest thing, right? It's coach telling us Swayze saying finish through the line. It's finishing through the line. That's being great. Being great is finishing through the line. When you tired, dog. When you dog ass tired. And that shit hurt. You know what I'm saying? When that shit hurt, bro. When you just to your damn near last end on this shit, you like, ain't nothing stopping me. Like I'm gonna cramp up and come back tomorrow.
Back at it again.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't stop. I hate to be like sound cold hearted, but like it don't stop, man. People pass. You got to pick up. You got to make sure you got things in place for them, or it's gonna be stressful more.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's so much, bro, that I relate to the structure and environment of what you got going on. Cause you choosing that to some degree. We don't always choose it, but we also we making choices to be around it. Cause I made a choice to hang with my boys who was doing all the dirt and all that. And
All right.
the person that everybody looked to be the baddest person in the hood was the one person who was telling me, don't hang with them.
Yeah.
He got the cleanest cars, the dopest, the biggest dope dealer in the state.
And say, hey, don't be over here.
Don't hang with them knuckleheads, bro. What are you doing? You got an opportunity. Don't blow your opportunity. So you got to be listening to those people who are pouring into you. You got to have a lot of people pouring into you positive stuff, right? I go back to the mathematics, right? Wu-Tang, Method Man, build and destroy. What are you doing? But what are you taking in? more important. That's what I was saying about the individual and constructive criticism, right?
Yeah.
How you coaching yourself? Because you're the one who got to make those decisions as a head coach have to, as a
And it affects
CEO.
you.
As a CEO has to.
Yeah.
Who you listen to, who you follow, because you could be the boss. You could be a CEO and still be number two at a time. You got to know when to be number two. You got to know when to take a back seat or a passenger side.
Yeah.
A good teammate know that. A good coach knows that. A good boss knows that. So, yeah, man. So it's a lot, but don't complicate it, man. Just don't complicate it.
Keep it simple. Keep everything simple. We got my boy Ed Reed on here.
Bro.
Hey, Ed Reed, one thing that every year comes up is that speech you gave in the tunnel as a Miami Hurricane. I think it's one of the greatest speeches ever because it was from the heart.
Bro, I'm so glad you asking me this.
It's like, man, that speech right there, every year it's going to come up
funny,
and then,
man.
and this year,
That's
when we play somebody, they're
Yeah.
going to bring up that speech.
Yeah.
And that speech right there, but it hits home for
Wow.
decade after decade.
Yeah.
But it was pure and it was real.
Wow.
It's like going through those moments, you're talking about being a champion, becoming a champion.
Yeah.
And when you see things like that, that motivates people. Like, what's your take on something like that? You know, when you sit back and you look at it and you hear it. But I know during the time it was actually taking place, you weren't really thinking about it.
At all.
You was just being Ed Reed, because I know Ed Reed gonna say
But it
his
did come
piece.
from a place. It
Yeah.
came from my freshman year. You remember it. We was at Florida State.
We
I
got
traveled that game.
beat. We got beat.
Yeah, but you was on offense. You gonna remember this. Y'all got to 40, 35 field goal range.
Yeah.
They ran their ones back out there.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
To make sure that they get the skunk.
Yeah. Bro, I was on the sideline. I was hurt. Coach had me travel for that game. I'm laying on the sideline, the far end. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. Just like the national championship had something to do with y'all boys, because the leadership was the bloodline. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Was through that they didn't know. All y'all was with me. All y'all from that year, from freshman year to, because we 5 and 6, 8 and 3, we still had national championship mentality.
Exactly.
Like, and that's what I tell kids. Like, that wasn't a discouragement at all. I had went 2 and 8, 5 and 5 in high school after going to the high school championship. So that was where that speech came from.
Now, that speech was deep.
That shit came from us, man, from that time. I was like, y'all don't even remember this shit, but I couldn't say that in that moment. Y'all don't remember when they beat us like that. Stop asking me this shit. Watch me go out here and continue to play. Because that's how we were. Unless you were hurt, you ain't coming off that field.
True Miami Hurricane.
For one, that person behind you a dog. And if you come on this field and show out, coach might be like, hey, I need to talk to you. And you got to be all right with it.
Yeah.
Till he get tired. Because that's all you hope for. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we were. That's how we were, bro. Like, I love that shit, man. I love everything about the youth.
When you look at your,
They're the players I wouldn't love.
when you look at your football career / timeline, and you look at all the different situations, because you won a Super Bowl. Super Bowl is the pinnacle of anybody's career. You know, I was one step away from winning the Super Bowl, but I was happy to actually make sure that I make it to Super Bowl, because I know a lot of guys that have played in this game and never got a chance to experience it. And I went out on a limb to go to a situation that wasn't a favorable situation, but I actually made it to the Super Bowl. But for yourself to actually win the Super Bowl, win the national championship, and then you have it high school, which one gave you the greatest satisfaction?
Oh shit, golly, come on, bro. It's different levels.
No,
Things.
I say which one gave you the greatest satisfaction when you talk about
College.
college?
Everybody go to college.
Right.
Everybody can go to college. Everybody don't go to the league. Everybody.
So the national championship was better than the Super Bowl.
Because of us working out every day in the summer. Because of us fucking eating at the calf, walking the calf, carrying each other from cramping up. Because of us at the apartments on Fridays after 110s having a ball, having a blast, and some people can't come. You know what I'm saying? Cutting your hair. Because y'all boys was like, hey,
yeah, because your hands are
y'all
fresh.
tussle or we up? What's up?
We're going to cut you up.
What y'all want to do? It's funny you did that shit to us, and then when you get to the coach, you're like, I ain't with that bullshit.
No, I ain't with
I
it.
saw your interview, motherfucker. But that was the fun part about it. Like, but that's what I love about you, but that's what I mentioned earlier. That's funny how it come back, because it's levels.
Different level.
You got to that level, and that's what it was.
I'm not with that no more.
Cause I remember like it was yesterday. Just like we sitting down right now, just like on them green couches. You came back in the locker room, you said, Reed, this is the easiest shit in the world.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell y'all how to do it. That's just what you said. You said, bro, I tell you all y'all how to do this shit. It's the easiest shit in the world. All you gotta do is be in shape. Let's go.
That's all you gotta be. You
That's
got the
it.
you already.
Yeah, just do you.
You got the it factor.
Just do you and just go. Right? But I already knew that, right? Because I already knew you was doing your thing. Like I said, I was at your draft party. Everybody don't go to everybody's draft party for a reason. Like, you know. There's only select a few.
We watched each other grow. So
select a few. That's bro.
A great thing.
I give you flowers and more, bro. Like you led folk from a distance and you don't know. You help people from a distance you don't know. Even the ones around you. People in the circle, people in the room right now.
Yeah.
You don't even know what you do for them. You know what I'm saying? What you did for me. What you continue to do. Like, because you set a standard.
You got to, man.
You know
it's
what
about
I'm saying?
It's about just leading without even thinking about it, just doing what you're supposed to do. Because we have, like I always look at it as a natural obligation to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do to play it forward.
On purpose, bro. Yeah, paying it forward. That's what it is, and that's what it is. Giving it back, right? While still building, because you know what's coming behind you. You got folk to take care of. You got kids to feed. You can't be playing with these jokers.
We got my boy Ed Reed on Creative Life Podcast, man. Hey, Ed Reed, I appreciate you coming on here. This is not going to be your only time on here.
Bro, let's do it again. We can smoke cigars.
We're going to come on this thing over and over because we're glued. And, you know, I see you in Canton.
Somebody with your shit, sitting in on something.
You coming to Canton, so we got to bring them hurricanes in anyway.
Yeah, I'm bringing the cigar.
So
I love to see. Got to sit there with Hester.
Create the Life Podcast.
Championship boys right there.
Oh, them two boys.
Hell yeah. Dre MVP. Hester was a freshman, ain't really, you know, he was just there.
Yeah. Hey, Create Life Podcast, man. We're going to be in Canton, Ohio in the future with Miami Hurricane, Ed Reed coming on. We might do a whole little Miami Hurricane thing.
We're gonna have some canes there.
Ohio.
We're gonna have some extra canes in the house, some lanyard.
Yeah.
Let's
go. I appreciate you coming on, man. It's been a good segment. Hopefully everybody that's viewing this thing is getting some insight from the great or the greatest. Hold up. First thing, I asked you a couple questions. My man right here is he's a DJ.
Man, that's funny.
Yeah. So my man went into COVID and he just turned into this like big time DJ.
Yeah.
Now how that's working out for you, man?
Bro, it's funny. I get a couple spots here and there. I just be at home doing vibing. Like I'm retired.
You love music, man.
I work for myself, right? I can pick and choose what the hell I want to do. You know, I'm grateful for that. You know, financial freedom took care of that, right? But music's always been there. Music's always been there.
Locker room.
Music's always been there. Come on, bro. Get off the chain. All this Coach Coker dancing.
Pregame.
Give
me your pregame.
Come on.
Top 5.
Phil Collins first.
Oh, we are University of Miami.
Phil Collins first, bro.
You got to bring it
right.
Up.
But then I'm old school, so I'm gonna just tap my genres as I go. I go
Phil Collins.
I go Miles Davis.
Miles Davis what?
Kurt Franklin.
Miles Davis what?
Now's the time.
Okay.
Kurt Franklin. Kurt Franklin. You can go with any song off that Purple CD, because that was it. You know, jazz, gospel, old school. Maze, Frankie Beverly, then old school hip hop. Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. Let's go.
That's your playlist. That's your playlist every pregame.
Yeah, like, cause I was building up to playing, bro. Cause I know once we went out there after pregame, it was bananas.
It's time to go.
Yeah, I was preserving energy. Like I wasn't gonna listen to a whole bunch of bull getting crunk in the locker room. Nah, bro. I'm everything I'm about to give is gonna be in between them lines.
All right.
You know what I'm
All
saying?
right. So we, and a lot of times, nah, man, sometimes on this we like to talk about quick hitters or things that just come off the top of your brain that kind of resonates with. Okay. So Edgerrin is a safety when you're playing against quarterbacks. Tom Brady or Peyton Manning?
Any one of them.
Which one? Which one you look forward to playing?
That's funny, dude. That's funny, dude.
Which one you look forward to playing and say, hey, I can't wait to play against?
Any one of their ass, bro, but
which one?
Be.
Huh? Which one do you look forward to playing against?
Bro, that's tough, bro. Guy, you got me even studying, dude. Brady.
Look forward to playing Brady.
Yeah.
Why?
The challenges is a little bit different because he's shifting in motion and it's challenging me more.
So what's the difference between Peyton Manning and Brady?
You know your offense. You know y'all not motioning. Y'all a shift. Y'all ain't motioning shit.
No, we ain't motioning.
Y'all lining up, and what you see is what you get. Stop us. Which is actually harder because y'all perfection.
Yeah,
to a T.
I agree with that.
But perfection is easy for me when I'm constantly watching the same shit.
Over and over.
So it was easier to play against y'all.
Yeah, it showed that play when
y'all killed my teammates.
It showed that play when you kind of tricked P.
I ain't tricking though. Bro, let's talk real, cause you and I can do it. Cause nobody really never let me break the play down. Go back and look at it. For one, you know Peyton.
All right.
Peyton ain't look at me, bro. Peyton not one time on that play saw me. So I ain't had to do shit. And I knew that. I just did it because it's the action.
You backpedaled, you went and you turned, you full.
The hash was my mark.
Full turn.
Yes, the hash was my mark.
How often do a safety make a full turn and just go to the interception?
Ooh, I told you.
Where did you get?
I did.
Where did you get that? Like, you knew exactly where that ball was going.
Andrew Swayze.
Nah, Andrew man, that was a little bit different.
Andrew Swayze used to shoot jug machines to me. I'm doing safety shit 70 yards away from him. He's shooting the jug machine.
But you turned a full 360 and
just
went straight to Reggie
Wayne. I knew exactly where the ball was going. I knew exactly what he was doing. I knew the route, everything.
How did you know?
It's a given when you study tape, tendencies, everything. The look,
so you started
formation, down and distance, call on defense, everything.
But you made a full 360 and then went straight to the ball. It's like somebody gave you a beat on that. Like, where did that come from?
It's the formation, and it's talking to the corner. Dominique Foxworth, he'll tell you. I told him jump it because it's a pump and go. Jump it, and I got you. I did it against Cleveland. Go back in Cleveland. I told Ladarius Webb, jump the short route. It's pump and go. He, and different than Foxworth, he looked back and like, you better be there.
So he reminded.
I told you to be there, you know. So
when you talk about Ed Reed, you see Ray Lewis, and you said great Baltimore defense. Like, what's the difference between that Baltimore Ravens defense and any other great defense or any other defense in general.
Tradition.
No, but it's like y'all was like in sync. Y'all had like a confidence like none other.
Me and Ray, yeah, cause we watched film together, but tradition, standard.
When you say you watch film,
Ray had that
how much film
Miami
y'all watch?
Bro, we watch film like regular TV. Like we sit in the basement now, it's probably be ending the film session. Like when you was telling the story about Peyton, I'm thinking like, I was in the basement around this time, standing in front of the TV, breaking that shit down. Cause that's how long he used to have me up. He used to have me up like this, watching film, bro. Forget TV. I watch a movie here and there, but forget TV. Like my lady friends would tell you, they in there with me watching film. And I say they.
That's one thing I look at. When I think about creating life and I think about greatness, I think about people like yourself that's like obsessed with being successful.
It was football. So to go to your question, what does it take? Live in the moment. Like, bro, I told a kid at 14 at my nephew's bar mitzvah, he's 14, this kid is like ripped. I'm like, bro, keep working, like, keep it simple. It's football, don't complicate it. You know what I'm saying? Keep it simple. You know, so, man, God, dude, bro.
Man, but that's what it's about, man. We on Creative Life Podcast.
Yeah.
I got my boy Ed Reed, number 325, Pro Football Hall of Famer. Another Miami Hurricane that's ready to bring in these boys from the University of Miami into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You know, I like to always give you your flowers, always say, man, I appreciate you for coming on. And, you know, from a creative life standpoint, you know, one thing that always stood with me, and like I was going to try to drop a quote at the end of this thing. And for this segment, I would like to say, adversity causes some people to break and causes others to break records. That's from the University of Miami. That's what our chaplain used to give us. Okay. And obviously, we got a guy that went through adversity, and now
I got a quote, bro.
That broke records. Give me an Ed Reed quote that we can take with us.
I actually got a quote.
Give me a good one.
You can't teach the paths of a jungle to an old gorilla.
You can't teach a path.
You can't teach the paths of the jungle to an old gorilla.
Now break that down to me.
How you gonna tell that's been there,
done that,
how to get there?
I like that. Yeah. So we two old gorillas right here sitting on the Great Life Podcast. University of Miami made Hall of Fame. You know, we sitting on this thing, 336 and 325.
I hope with all my CTE and all that contact shit that I answered the question. You know.
Hey, you did a great job.
It'd be tough, man.
Hey,
that's
hopefully everybody enjoyed this segment because it's my boy Ed Reed, University of Miami, Pro Football Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, all the way from Louisiana. He has all in the boot, doing basketball, kicking it.
Football.
And family
Sports.
Forever, man. Creative Life Podcast, man.
It's love.
Until next time, we'll see you.